Death battle time. You know, I'm glad to get to these every once in a while. Can we the Sauron Sauron versus the Lich King. Honestly, never watched Lord of the Rings, but I do know somewhat of the lore about it. And never played World of Warcraft, but I do know a little bit of it, a little tiny bit, right? Nothing really. But yeah, I don't know why I got yawning there, but yeah. So this is pretty much a blind. If I have to pick somebody just off of just off the bat, I'd probably say, I actually don't know anything about these guys. I'm a guess. Lich King. You know what? We're going with Lich King. Why? Because he's a king, you know? And World of Warcraft. I don't know much about it, but I saw there's big raid bosses, so I'm assuming they're probably higher scaling on those compared to Lord of the Rings, just an established universe, maybe. I am not sure. I am yapping about that. I could be completely wrong, but Lich King is my pick. All right, let's go ahead and go. Oh, wait. YouTube, you're watching this, don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you really want to help out, hit that notification bell. Besides that though, I do record these live on Twitch, so you know, if you come check me out, follow me, you know, be very much appreciated. Besides that though, let's get right into it, you know, let's just ease into this.
Sauron, the Lord of the Rings.
The Lich King, Warcraft's Lord of the Scourge.
Evil has many shapes, but few can match the presence of these kings of blight and shadow.
Okay.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Their designs are eerily somewhat
the
similar.
Timeless halls, at the dawn of creation, the supreme god Eru and his angelic Ainur created all of existence through a single harmonious song.
But one of these angels just had to be a rebel. Melkor ruined that harmony, giving the world its many imperfections, like Wiz. Then after messing up God's hit single and going rogue, Melkor took up a new name just to be even more metal, Morgoth.
Morgoth's power was impressive, daunting. Several Maiar, essentially...
Honestly, bro, I just realized, I was trying to process this, but I was like, damn, why they always gotta lore dump me in the beginning of a... I mean, this is a giving you perspective, but god damn, I just feel like I just got overflowed, slapped in the face with information.
Ranked angels joined him in his frightening conquest of the world he had helped create.
And the greatest of these followers was one obsessed with destroying all life in the pursuit of bringing about complete order.
He used to be Myron, but under Morgoth's reign, he became the one and only Sauron.
Okay. I don't get the part of bringing complete order by killing everyone, because at that point you have nobody to rule. So what's the whole point?
The bigwig of Morgoth's forces, Sauron spent thousands of years bringing Middle-earth to its knees.
He's almost more a force of nature than anything else, able to create infernos, cause country-spanning earthquakes, and even absorb souls.
And because he's a weird angel spirit man, he can morph his body around his own soul however he wants, or just shed it like clothing and fight as a ghost.
He can morph far beyond that. He has appeared as something akin to both man and elf, attractive and devious. A werewolf, once thought to be the greatest wolf of all, and even a vampire.
Oh man, Tumblr's
Man
gonna go
takes
nuts with that.
every
Many
form.
of his greatest accomplishments are not due to his powerful magics and weaponry, but his inhuman cunning. Sauron is nothing less than a master of manipulation.
He's like if Loki and Satan did a fusion dance. He loves to trick someone with illusions, shadow magic, or just by toying with their sad, predictable, pathetic human emotions. Like when he convinced Saruman to join the evil side, who was basically a super wizard specifically meant to lead the charge against Sauron.
In some ways, Sauron is actually wiser than the master he served. In the most epic war to eclipse all other wars, humans, dwarves, elves,
Bro, how are you gonna be the specific wizard meant to fight or sent to lead the charge against this man, how are you gonna turn coats, bro? Like, how do you even... You a failure. Saruman, you a failure, alright? Alright, I can't... That's vile, bro. No way, man, turn coat. That's crazy. How do you even join? Man wants to make complete order by killing everybody, and you're just okay with that? That makes... I know I'm missing details, but like... Trash wizard. Alright, he's got a dirty spell book. He's got a branch of a staff. Alright, he ain't got no tomes. He got low mana, you know. I mean, man is just not that guy. He was not that guy. And you know what? Shame on the man that believed in Saruman.
More united to destroy Morgoth, casting what remained of Melkor into the void.
But Sauron saw it coming and bailed faster than me at a divorce hearing, just to show back up centuries later in the fiery pits of Mordor.
There, the Dark Lord created a plan to conquer everything. He fooled the Elven Smiths into forging 19 rings of power and planted them among the leaders of Elven, Man, and Dwarven kind, all controlled by another ring he made in secret.
The one ring to rule them all, one ring to find.
All right, I remember this from the Chuckles thing. But there was one ring forged in secret. The ring of power.
Find them, one ring to bring them all, and in the darkness bind them.
Yeah.
God, that's so epic. Think I'm into poetry now. Forged in the fires of Mount Doom using part of Sauron's own soul, the One Ring amplified his power and let him control the minds and actions of the other ring bearers.
The 9 kings of men were especially vulnerable and saw themselves reduced to twisted wraiths bent to Sauron's whims.
It wasn't any better for the less kingly humans, so much so that Sauron mind-controlled most of Numenor. We're talking about an island nation that could have had as many as 18 million people, and Sauron had them all at his creepy, pokey fingertips.
This led to retaliation from Eru, who had hardly directly intervened ever before, even against Morgoth. Eru sank Numenor, while Sauron was still on it. But the Dark Lord spirit persevered, indestructible even against the wrath of God.
Sauron used the ring to build himself a new body. It may have cost a lot of power, but he took a biblical event to the face and went right back on to being evil.
And yet, putting so much power into one object did have drawbacks.
Which hit back hard when Isildur subtracted a digit from his hand.
The Warrior King did more than just cut off a finger. He took the ring and its power for himself. This act forced Sauron to retreat as a disembodied spirit.
I bet you the ring's gonna corrupt him. I bet you that you don't just take something from Satan himself. I know there's not Satan, but this universe is basically equivalent to Super Satan, right? And expect you wielding the power not to get corrupted. All right, I'm sorry. It just doesn't make sense if it doesn't do anything to you.
Threatened by his own power in the hands of another. And should the One Ring be destroyed completely, Sauron's spirit could be rendered impotent beyond repair. It isn't all bad, though. The ring can turn you invisible, create visions of impending doom, and has one hell of a defense mechanism.
Yeah, who'd want to destroy it when it makes you want it? It has a will of its own, with promises whispered even the best of us can't refuse. The greatest poultry dinner ever, Boomstick. Bourbon, pecan, parmesan.
Parmesan.
It's so precious.
What did you just do?
What?
Ate it.
It sounded delicious. Well,
So you ate the ring?
Sauron's a beast. He's swatted away armies of soldiers and erupted Mount Doom through sheer willpower. He has total control over his own being and can modify his soul at will. So he can definitely resist someone like spooky ghost Celebrimbor trying to dominate his spirit.
And being among the strongest Maiar, the peak of Sauron's power is beyond that of Osei, a lesser Maya, which is specifically important because Osei single-handedly raised the island of Numenor.
Yeah, remember that island that got nowed? That place. No wonder everyone wants his ring. Who could turn down that much power?
Not Isildur. The hearts of men are easily corrupted, and he kept the ring rather than destroy it. But in the end, the ring destroyed him and waited for its master's return.
Sauron was rebuilding Mordor into a world-conquering force. And after a little bit of good old-fashioned torture, he found out the ring was in the Shire. The chillest, coziest, dopest place imaginable. Ah man, when I retire, I'm gonna go live in a hobbit hole and just get lit 24/7.
And so began the War of the Ring. Sauron's forces covered the land, seeking both the ring and the downfall of man, always shadowed by the symbol of his ever-present influence, the Eye of Sauron.
Right,
It
I've
was
seen
a
that.
slaughter fest. Middle-earth stood no chance. Everybody basically accepted death by orcs as inevitable. It was hopeless. The kingdoms of men would finally fall for good.
Save for the Dark Lord's truest weakness. Sauron's cunning and stratagems were impressive, sure, but ultimately, he never truly understood the people of Middle-earth. In his mind, absolute power was factually irresistible. He never imagined a mere mortal could ever or would ever seek to actually destroy the One Ring.
Against all odds and a whole lot of walking, Sauron was defeated. Not by the sparkly new king or the armies of Middle-earth,
Right,
but by the
I know
most
about this.
unlikely creature
The
imaginable.
Hobbit threw it
Elijah
into
Wood.
the
Yet, even as a formless shadow, Sauron's legacy remains one of domination, treachery, and most of all, fear. Fitting for the being that represents, and I quote, as near an approach to the wholly evil will as is possible.
Ooh.
This episode of Death Battle is
Okay,
sponsored by
let's
Bespoke Post.
skip
50%
that.
off your first box.
Alright, I just gotta say, that's a pretty big contender. That's some pretty. I'm pretty sure they're gonna bring the lifting of that entire area at one point into comparison to some feat later, because they just kind of brushed and they never showed you the math of how much it took to lift that island, whatever, right? And it's gonna come into a power feat later. I'm calling it here.
On the distant planet of Draenor, destruction was imminent. The orc shaman Ner'zhul prepared a spell with his followers to tear the planet asunder, all to escape the fury of the demon lord Kil'jaeden.
But when Ner'zhul waltzed through the portal, Kil'jaeden was right there waiting for him.
Ner'zhul was forced to serve Kil'jaeden's will to ravage another world, Azeroth. Thus, he was transformed into the first Lich King.
This Lord of the
Oh.
Dead was sent to the continent of Northrend, but Kil'jaeden had one more twist for poor Zul. His body was gone, leaving just his spirit, which was bound to a set of armor sealed within a prison of magical ice. Man, this guy can't catch a break. Armor looks sick, though. He's gonna possess me if I put that on, huh?
From
Yep.
his frozen prison, the
Ah,
Lich
thank you
King
for
would
that, Dad.
begin his conquest, conjuring an unstoppable plague of undeath.
Hmm,
Soon, this would
Nurgle.
threaten the lives of the kingdom of Lordaeron.
Okay, so that was a lot, but here's where our main guy finally shows up. Lordaeron's crown prince and holy knight, Arthas Menethil. Yeah, his name does kind of sound like something your doctor would give you for fungus, but hey, no. Arthas was a badass. At 19 years old, he was considered one of the best swordsmen in the world and had mastered nearly every weapon he could.
Even with such a skilled warrior as its prince,
Let me guess.
Lordaeron was already severely pressured by a war with an orcish horde, so a zombie plague was the last thing Arthas needed. Compounding this even further, Ner'zhul managed to break free of Kil'jaeden's power and turned his attention toward creating a champion to lead his ever-growing scourge. Naturally, he chose Arthas.
Oh,
Who was a stressed out mess,
no.
to the point where he tried to stop
Oh,
the plague
no.
by killing everyone in his own city. Holy shit! Yeah, he was totally losing it. So hearing a creepy voice in his head really didn't help.
Long story short, in his efforts to protect his realm, Arthas discovered a rune blade and took it for himself.
Yeah.
This was the fearsome Frostmourne.
Surprise! It's the source of the Lich King's power. He was stealing souls and storing them within the blade. With this new ice-cold cleaver in hand, Arthas lost his soul and got a Death Knight makeover.
And so the former hero of light would lead the very scourge he previously fought.
Yeah,
And in
okay, I saw
time,
that coming.
Arthas would don the armor for himself, giving the Lich King a new, ultimate power. walking.
Remember, everything the Lich King had done up until this point had been from his prison within a literal block of ice.
And this new Sauronite armor, wait, no, Saronite armor is the best. Like, what was it doing stuck in ice all this time when it's made of old god blood and self-repairs? Screw you, blacksmith! You're never taking my hard-earned gold! I'll never have to get naked and die again!
By donning this dark helm, Ner'zhul and Arthas fused to become one, a being far more powerful than either had been before.
He can effortlessly cover cities in ice storms, murder hundreds with the power of shadow, and learn all of your secrets with the Eye of Acheris.
Azeroth's fate was sealed.
Ooh, I feel like that learn all your secrets is gonna come in play. You can find out the Sauron's weakness with that, probably.
Was doomed.
See this guy? He's Illidan, a 15,000-year-old demon hunter with a bit of a chip on his shoulder. As a Death Knight, Arthas could take him down, even after fighting through a massive army to get to him. Against this new Lich King, Illidan never stood a chance.
This is important because Illidan had absorbed the power of Gul'dan, an orc warlock who, alongside his followers, raised the Broken Isles out of the sea, a massively powerful feat of magic.
The fact that Arthas, a mortal guy, beat him up is a big deal. Just imagine how kick-ass he'd be in full control of the undying Lich King powers. Oh wait, we don't have to.
Ner'zhul may have pulled Arthas' strings up until this point, but he had made a drastic miscalculation.
And what's the mistake?
Within the mind of the Lich King, Arthas battled Ner'zhul for control and won. The power of Frostmourne of the—
Wow, actually that is some G stuff right there. That's some G energy right there. That's some aura right there. All right, that felt cringe to say. That's top G stuff. No, it even sound worse to say. I'm not even gonna say that. That's some cool stuff right there. That's a lot better. That's right there. That's a lot. This is more cool. That's really cool. The fact that the man could clutch mind wipe is crazy, you know? Oh my god, chat, why did you redeem Arara? I don't want to say Arara. Why? I'm so sorry, YouTube. Somebody redeemed it. I have to do it. Ara. There you go. Alright, we're done. That's cringe. I know. I'm sorry, YouTube. I'm so sorry. Alright, let's keep going.
The scourge of undeath itself was now under the command of Arthas.
And by this point, he was just done. Like, with everything. We've all had one of those days,
yeah,
right? Where you see all of humanity is so pathetic that you...
I was gonna say, I'm assuming at this point, right, my man is no longer there. He's no longer there. Like, what came out was not what went in, alright? You know, that's what I'm assuming here. And you know what? I assumed right.
Only be saved by just killing them all, so you rip out your own heart. Yeah, relatable.
Determined to end all life, Arthas led his scourge across Azeroth, spreading the plague to every corner of the world. He slaughtered every contender in his path, including legendary champions like this hero of the Horde, Dranosh Sarfang.
Who the Lich King bitch slapped to death in one hit, then zombified to serve him instead. Man, that didn't go well.
The Lich King seemed unstoppable.
Only
man says, "Yo, bro, you want new management? I got a good I got a good insurance system, you know. You get benefits, dental. You get dental if you join us, you know." And man switched sides, but he didn't give him a point, bro. He didn't give a choice. Actually, he just said, "You know what? You're hired." What do you mean? You're hired. Congratulations. You start now. Immediately. Effective.
one thing could take him down. A 25-man raid team of the best nerds World of Warcraft servers had to offer. And that one guy who was just there because he was friends with somebody, but damn, he sucked.
With these heroes triumphant, the Paladin Tyrion shattered Frostmourne with an equally legendary blade, ending the Lich King's vile reign.
But the Scourge doesn't work on Phantom Menace Battle Droid rules, so there must always be a Lich King to keep the relentless undead in check.
Yet no Lich King before or since ever matched the terror and malice Arthas brought to Azeroth.
Without a doubt, one of the most terrifying kings to ever conquer the world of Warcraft.
Alright, so the Lich King is like a title or like a position. There you go, a position given to this one random guy. You know, they're like, hey, you're kind of badass. Do you want to lead an undead army? Do you want power? Do you want to be able to just be that guy? Here, have this helmet, you know? And you will now, what I missed? Death battle. Sauron versus Lich King. Do you want to do that? Then be the Lich King, you know? It's an open position. We do filter the CEOs of this a little bit. The owners of it do get replaced over time, you know? They do get processed through raid teams. Keep killing them. We have to keep filling the positions. It's just a whole fiasco. But you know what? The job's yours if you want it. And you know, it's just that's how I imagine the positioning of finding who you want for the champions of the Lich King.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by Shady Rays.
Are you looking for an industry best combination of fit, style, if you people?
That's okay. Lich King position isn't for everybody.
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
Okay. Who do I think is gonna win? I already said in the beginning, Lich King would be my pick if I didn't know anything. But now that I know some stuff, right? I honestly would still say it's Lich King. The only thing I needed them to compare that they did not compare was that one magic guy that raised those what look like islands or continents, right? And the raising of that one place that they compared Sauron to. I feel like they deliberately left that out and if I'm gonna use logic and common sense, I'm gonna go with the Lich King. That is my vote. I'm locking it in right now. That's my pick.
It's time for an undeath battle!
That's who wins this, chat. Let's go.
In this cold north, you will find only death.
Oh. Let's see. He does have his own men, no? Alright, shape shift too.
I'll tear out your heart.
I don't think it's gonna be that easy. True. He did kind of cut out his heart. Oh?
Your efforts are for naught.
Oh, he's about to change the entire climate. Oh? Did it cut him? It's not gonna work. Yeah, he's not gonna work. Oh, there's I.
Witness the prophecy of your doom.
Where's his eye? And with that, I feel like he just saw his his weakness. There you go. Come on, Lich King. Oh no, there goes the sword. Oh.
There is no life in the void. Only death.
Oh shit. Don't tell. Oh, that's a pose. He won. He won. Sauron won. Oh, that's a pose right there. Damn. God damn
Well,
it.
if he wasn't all powerful before, look out for supercharged
God
Sauron now.
damn.
Despite the Lich King's impressive power, Sauron's might was
Why you always end up
absolute.
picking the
But not
loser?
before he got the duel of his life in a crazy close bout. First up, both Dark Lords could counter pretty much any mind or soul-screwing powers, making a lot of their usual tricks way less noteworthy in this match.
To be fair, the
Reasons.
Lich King severely debilitated Sauron via his plague of undeath. Most physical bodies would not survive such a disease.
So Sauron just got rid of his body. Who needs it? Especially when you can rebuild one or just start fighting as a ghost. Both things Sauron could do.
After all, the plague is intended for organic mortal enemies and has never infected a spirit.
Another smaller point for Sauron was his weakness. The Lich King was a clever bastard, but even with the Eye of Icarus, it would have been tough for him to decode and destroy the One Ring. Meanwhile, given enough power, Sauron would naturally end up destroying Frostmourne. He's kinda got a thing for breaking swords.
So let's compare their power. While their highest limits are certainly nebulous, interestingly enough, some
damn.
of the most impressive feats from both worlds involve lifting islands.
Yeah, that's
As
what I
Sauron
brought
is
up.
a more powerful Maya than Osei, and the Lich King could reliably defeat someone with Gul'dan's magic, it is possible to
Called
gauge the
it.
difference in power by
What do you
measuring
mean called it? You called what? You called the winner, bro. I thought it was gonna be Lich King. Why do I keep picking the losers? Why?
the islands that were raised.
Keep in mind, Gul'dan had a bunch of help, so we're only giving him his share. Turns out, Osei was doing twice the work.
By examining official maps to
Called it.
determine
You
the volume
called the
of
islands? I did call the islands, but it was the other way around. I thought from the one I saw the islands on the which World of Warcraft. See, they also left out the they do this. They do this. They left out the detail that he had a bunch of help. I thought it was just the one. It was the one warlock orc, but no. Now they're saying he had a bunch of help. It's like they leave details out that really matter to the scaling. And thank you for the bits, by the way. Thank you very much for the bits. I appreciate the bits, Overlord. But they're leaving details that really matter into the end, and that's
islands, we found a difference between lifting 2 quadrillion tons of rock versus 4 quadrillion tons, among further energy required to actually lift these through the ocean, of course. Both impressive, sure, but Sauron had the edge.
And for
Right.
the final nail in the coffin,
Like I
Lich
said,
King
this
might
would be
have been
relevant.
Super scary.
I called
but he
it.
really
Thank you,
wasn't
chat.
around
You guys
for all that long.
even say it.
At
I
least
called
not
it.
when compared to the experience Sauron has warring with the world for thousands of years.
The Lich King certainly posed a threat to Sauron, but the ruler of Mordor's awesome might, enduring spirit, and millennia of treachery proved him the superior Dark Lord.
Wow!
Is that it?
What? Are you sour on the pun? I was pretty keen about it.
The winner is Sauron. Hey, if you
all right. That has been Death Battle. I enjoyed that one. I am sad that I lost, right? I'm sad that I lost, but you know, it happens, you know. You don't win every single one. I've only won one. I've only won one Death Battle. I've done what? 5, 6 at this point? I've only won one. I've only chosen the winner once. Once. It's pissing me off. Yeah, that was good. That was good. I knew nothing of both characters even going in, so I lost the coin toss. Shit luck. Anyways, YouTube, I will see you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And that's gonna be all for me today, YouTube. Bye-bye, my lost souls.